So I really wanted to have anyone who wanted to jump on today, who wanted more help. Maybe you've kind of thought about putting your toe in, but you haven't jumped in yet. You're, you're kind of struggling. You'd like to have some ideas, what's working for people. And so I went through and really talked to different people inside our my downline, my team, that are doing well with having the parties. And I have to tell you, one of them is Lydia. So Lydia, doesn't she look amazing for 2 a.m. in the morning? And Canberra, will you please tell us your story?
Hi guys, how are you?
I'm not hearing you super well. Let me see if I can turn this up, Lydia.
Okay.
I'll turn this up a little bit. Okay.
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah.
Sort of. I haven't done anything different. My album story?
Yeah, I mean, where were you when you heard about these, and tell us where you were at.
Okay, so the pop-ups you mean?
Uh-huh.
Coming about. So I had been listening in for a little while with everybody and their pop-ups, and I was sitting on the fence, like as to whether I was actually going to dive in and do them or not. And not that I had any alternative outreach, but I just was sitting on the fence. And then you put in the group the Holly doing her 15-minute mock one and the script, and I really, resonated with it, and I liked it, but I still wasn't. So this was like the 18th of May. So this is just last Monday ago, and I'd had a really, really hard month. It's probably been the toughest month of my entire life on a personal level. And then I remember messaging Dina and having my personal little hissy fit, and she didn't say anything profound to make me go, we'll do these pop-ups or anything like that. She kind of just let me go. And then on the Monday, I just decided, you know what, I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I've been backed into a corner, and so I'm just going to go for it. And
where was your volume last month?
Last month?
Yeah, what did you do last month in April?
It was under 5. Oh, actually, I missed out on DM achieving by 3 QV, and I sponsored nobody.
Okay, so I think that's really a good kind of, so a lot of people on the call can relate to that. Okay, so then since you jumped in the last 2 weeks, so where's your volume at right now?
So I can tell you that on the 20th of May, when I decided to do my first pop-up, I was at 4,605. And tonight, before the clock turned 12 here, we're at 12,875.
Okay. So
that's in 9 days.
It gets a little bit, gets your attention there. Okay. And then how many people have you, new PCs and ICs do you have on the team now?
23. This month we've sponsored 23.
Yeah, so 23 in like the last, says the 20th.
In 9 days, or 7 days, 7 days. Where am I saying 9 days? Because that's when I thought about it, and then the 20th I started. So yes, in 7 days.
Yeah, so that's amazing. So I just have such, I could go on and on with people's stories and how successful they are. And so I wanted Lydia to just share that with you. So I'm going to share the screen and go through some things, and I want her to give us some tips as we go along. But I put these just started typing them and put them in a PowerPoint. I took off this incredible, training from a gal who is underneath, she's underneath Hannah Doogie. In January, she was at 11,000 and stuck. She'd been there for quite a long time and just stuck, didn't never seemed to be able to go past that. She heard the presentation with Jessica Champagne on the 15th of February. And so she jumped in and got going. In February, she did 25,000, and in March she did 40,000, and in April she had to finish, do a lot to finish, but she did 59,000. And she said this, just was just a game changer for her when she just jumped in and started doing these. So I wanted to go through and tell you some things and some ideas. Let me get on the first slide. Let's see, this is so weird how this shows it now. Okay, so I want to remind everybody, this is Jessica Champagne's formula, and that the s'more is on Success Line support, because Jessica just went 3 wide. So at the end of April, she promoted out 2 more national vice presidents direct to her and became a 3 wide nation. So I want you to think about and that all really took place from them jumping in and doing these, doing the 15-minute. And so this girl named Tasha was on a call with Hannah Doogie, and she shared some great ideas. So I wanted to go through and share some of her ideas and then Lydia's. So when she started booking, these are her, she has do's and don'ts, and she says, I book them immediately. I do it immediately. If they say yes, I book it within 48 to 78 hours and complete it. So it's done, so that immediately the person says yes, get into action and gets completed and move on. She says she can do 8 parties in a night. I'm going to give you some ideas of how she's doing that. And she gives her team her availability, help them with their first 1 to 2 events, and so that they know how to do them. So that's why she always says, this is what I've got. I've got this block, and they have to fill it up immediately, or she's going to book into it. So that's how she helps them do that. One of the things that she did as she was growing so fast was that she recorded herself doing a 15-minute party. And Jessica Champagne told her about OneStream. And OneStream is mind-boggling when you think about this. OneStream is a service. You can record it, save it to Dropbox, different places, gives you different options. And then you can stream it out to 4 or 5 consultants who have parties at 8 p.m. and they can all watch it live, and you pre-post it, and then it goes to those different consultants live stream, and then you can interact and comment with the different people in those different parties. That's one of the ways she handled being able to do everyone's first or second, 1 or 2 parties for them. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. It's $10 a month. The do's, she said, really speak from what you love. Be authentic, be you. So she says, I don't ever talk about any products that I don't haven't used, don't use. She says, you do your own style, be real in it. And she does giveaways. She said, I'm very, generous. I do good giveaways to people. And one of the things that I think she does that's brilliant, she gives away a breakfast club in a shaker cup if they get on live. So she tells them right from the beginning, if you watch it live, stay on. I will immediately put you in a raffle, and she does that immediately. That whoever gets on live gets into the raffle, and they get the shaker cup with the Breakfast Club inside. Okay, samples of the Breakfast Club. So that's one of the things that I think is brilliant, because one of the struggles that people have is to get people to get on live, right? So that's one of the things that she does that is really working. You guys are seeing my slides, aren't you? Right? I thought, what if I talk you away and you're not? And then as hosts go in and they get invited, she friends them and they accept the invite. She asks them, she friends them and she gets to know them a little bit. And I wanted Lydia, will you share with us what you do when you're right here to get a relationship going with your guests, and what you do with your host?
So I focus more on the host in the beginning, because when you're booking them so quickly, there's not a whole lot of time for me to build the relationship with the guest. So my hosts to date have been people that I really know. And so I've approached them, then I create the group and I make them the admin, because then I say, all you need to do is invite your friends, and as you invite them, welcome them. And they do a really, really good job of that. And then I say, will you let your friends know that I will inbox each of them? If you're not already Facebook friends with these people and you use Messenger to contact them, it goes to like a message request. It used to be an others folder, but now it just says message request. So I just make sure that the host lets them know that I'm going to, that's who it is. And then I say it also in the pop-up at the end. So I do my follow-up and relationship building with them after it, because then they've seen that I'm an absolute nutcase, and then they can, then I build my relationship with them afterwards. But my host is all over it. She's, I prep her to let them know, because they're her friends that she's inviting in. So far, every single pop-up that I've had, bar two, I haven't known anybody in it. It's been incredible. I have like this, because then they accept your friend's request. So I like friend request them and send them a message after the pop-up. And I have all these new friends. And yeah, it's great.
So one of the things that Lydia does a really good job of is she has the host, say, hey, I just love Lydia.
Take a screenshot.
I just love Lydia, who's doing this pop-up for us on Wednesday night. And hey, you guys, if you've got background noise, we are hearing you. So let me go in there and mute. Okay. And then you can unmute yourself to ask a question. But so Lydia does a really good job at asking the host to welcome the guests and say why they're excited to have this and something, about Lydia, because these are her original people that she asked to host for her. And so they really have done a good job of that. So they're just saying, hey, I'm so excited for you guys to jump on and meet my friend, or meet Lydia. I'm really excited for you. She's a wonderful person. You guys are going to really lots of fun. It's going to be a fun event. So that really does a good job. And then she has them tell everybody afterwards that she's going to be messaging them and following up with them. So I think she does an extremely good job of that. Lydia, how many Facebook pop-ups do you have scheduled on your calendar right at this minute?
Right at this minute, I have 11 left that I have scheduled. So I had scheduled 29. So I have 3 more left in this week. That takes me up to this week. Oh, that's 20. And then I'd already booked 8 into the first week of June. That's so cool. Even though people wanted to help me, it just didn't match up with them. And I'm like, that's okay. And so we've already created their group and their pages. So with them, I have more time to interact. But 20 right up until Friday night at 7 o'clock.
Friday night. Awesome. And then one of your other tips was what you do with people that may or may not um, purchase or jump on or get on live or say yes, because you're really good at this. So tell everybody what your strategy is with this.
So I don't really have a strategy. So if they can't get on, or they, haven't watched the playback, I really make sure that the host introduces me to them, make sure that we can connect. And then I build the relationship with them and talk about, what their needs are, what they like. I know we all want the QV, and ultimately that's the goal. And Dina has taught us very well about the 90-day cycle. So I want to have that lasting relationship with them. So whilst the end goal is to have them join as a preferred client or an independent consultant, I just want to build that relationship with them. And so we'll just talk and become friends, and I get to know their needs. And if they're like, no, I'm not really interested, instead of saying, oh, okay, which is what I would have done, I'm like, well, how about samples? Can I send you out some samples to try, and you can give me your feedback? Or how about, hosting, or can I invite you on to, whatever we've got going on next? And then they're like, sure, okay. So it's never a no, and it's just another step, another reach out, another touch.
Awesome, Lydia. She's just really good at that. I look at how she's just built a solid group of people that order every single month inside her district. Now she's going to be an area manager after this week, but inside of her district. But it's because she has done that. So I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you so much, Miss Lydia. I'm going to share her scheduling idea in just a minute. So yeah, these are the do's. You want to make sure that you're, here's one of the key things that Tasha was talking about. She says, place the order for your PCs. Don't leave it up to them, so that they get their QV up to 150, so they can get, free shipping, and be able to take advantage of things and get a free product the next time they order. So if I place your order, this is what she says, if I place your order for you, I'm going to make sure you get your free gift. I'm going to make sure you get the best package, make sure you get the free shipping. I am looking out for your best interests. So let me place your order for you. And I think that's really key thing, because a lot of people leave it up to the person to go put their order in, and a lot of times it just doesn't happen. I think that, and I can't remember if you were the one that was telling me this, Lydia, or who I was listening to, but instead of, when somebody says, well, I got to check with my husband. And you could say to them, well, I totally understand that. Why don't we get what you would like to order and get the order ready? And then as soon as you give me the go ahead, I will place it. And I really like doing that instead of just saying, okay, you go check with your husband and I'll get back with you. I think that's a really good way to make sure that you've got the order ready. They know you're serious about your business. They can check, but you've got it ready to go. So now here are the don'ts. Never pre-post the prices on the web inside the feed. I think I put website. I meant to say inside of your Facebook group. People don't know the difference between retail and PC. So they look at it and go, and they don't understand the difference between an independent consultant and a PC. So they're going to look at the price and go, oh, that's too expensive, not realizing that that's the retail amount. So another thing that she says, don't overcrowd the page. Post them when they're done. And she really focuses on three lines. She focuses on 3 bundles. She focuses on the Breakfast Club, and because that is what how she got started and fell in love with. She focuses on the 5 and 5, and she focuses on the skincare. And so you guys, more than anything that I've listened to her talk about, I thought this was the smartest thing. I've seen people's scripts and they have too many things. They have too many things that they're talking about. And a confused mind always says no. So I love the idea of the 3 bundles. Don't go too expensive. Set your bundles, around 50 plus, but don't go too expensive, because remember, it's like a gateway. It's a gateway, and you can follow up. You could ask them if they can't afford, they want 2 bundles that they can't afford. What you say to them is, why don't you do what Lydia just did and have your own, Facebook social, online social, and let's earn you that 5 and 5, or let's earn you that RE9. So I think just using that as a gateway to get them in. Don't copy and paste in personal messages. I think one of the things you can do, you guys, is copy kind of the nitty gritty of what you would say to everybody, and you can put that up in your notes. You can send it as a message to you in Messenger, so you always have it under your name in Messenger. You can go in and you can copy and paste the key things that you want to go over with them, but then make it personal to them, okay? That's what I think, because a lot of times if you're a busy working person, you've got to make things more simple. So then here's some more. So here's some ways of scheduling. So 3 ways of reaching out, 3 different ideas of what you can say and do depending on how well you know the person. So maybe you don't know them really well. Maybe you've interacted with them a little on Facebook. You've been chatting a little bit on Instagram. You know them a little. They're an acquaintance. Hey, Kelly, if you could earn free product, would you like to host an online social? Mine are short and sweet. I keep the party open for 48 hours. Easy peasy. Get all the host rewards. I send you an invite link, and I do the rest. So this is a really good one if you don't know them super well. Number 2, people who haven't purchased, but you've talked to them and they have an interest. So, hey, Kelly, I know you've been interested in the Breakfast Club. How about if, and then you go back and you say the same thing, if you could earn free product, would you like to host an online social of your own? And we can help you. And you say that, and you talk to them about working to get the host rewards and what you can do together. One of the things I always have said to people is, I want you to earn as much as you possibly can. I want this to be the most successful Facebook event that we could possibly have. I know you want it to be successful, and I know you want me to be successful. So here are some ideas. And one of the things I like to say to people are who are the 3 people you would absolutely want to be here? Be on this. Okay, invite them first. What I don't want people to do is just open up their Facebook friends and just go invite for people. I want them to start with people who they would really love to be on. Their friends, their family, their coworkers, their neighbors, the people they know really well, and then they can keep inviting after that. Those are the ones I want them to start with first. Number 3, if you have, whoops, I don't know what happened here. It's weird. You guys still there? I can't get rid of this. This thing just popped up. There we go. That was interesting. So if you have PCs, new or existing PCs, now this one's really good. It's a good way for you to upgrade them. Always, she says, did you get your product? How are things going? Is there anything I can help you with? Then, as you're following up and you're talking to them, saying, hey, Kelly, I know how much you love our product. I was curious, would you be willing to host a social to share with your friends and family that you can earn more free products, to try new things and earn rewards? So now here's one of the key things you do with this. If they're a PC and they're seriously considering upgrading. You've already created the event under their name on Arbonne, on the website, on webpage, I mean. So then you can say to them, you know, for only $20, you can upgrade, and we're doing this party for you. You can upgrade, and all the orders can be yours. And it's a great way to launch somebody. One of the key things I've seen people doing this working so well, anyone that you would like to sponsor, that you really been thinking about, ask them to host a party for you. Then after it's done, you can really focus in on saying, hey, these orders can be underneath you if you want to upgrade. And when they do that, then I get them on a call, and we talk about Arbonne. We do a biz chat. We talk about the compensation. We talk about how they can make $50 for every person who buys a pack. So you've already set up a group for them, so you can really help them start their business. Okay, so those are some of my key things that I do. Now, I wanted to share with you some of the things to focus in on that Tasha was talking about. Talk about, you know, what your routine is. Talk about what in the 5 and 5, what you're wearing. I'm wearing the CC cream. I absolutely love it. This is the shade I'm using. This is the blush I've got on. This is the lip gloss I've got on. People want to know what you're wearing. That's what's going to sell it. What you're using, what your routine is. And then also decide on what you're going to talk about skincare wise, about what age the group is or who the group is that you, so, you know, if they're 20-year-olds, you're not going to really focus on RE9. You're going to focus on the Biohydria. You're going to focus on products that they would be really more interested in. So I love her idea of giving away a breakfast club and a shaker. If you watch the live, don't vary. I think it's really smart to really focus on three bundles. I think you guys, those are the 3 things that people buy the most. They buy the breakfast club. You're going to talk about the 30 days, but most people are going to start because they don't know you. They're going to start with a breakfast club. And then you're going to focus in on the makeup, because that's what people buy. That's what people are buying. They're out there buying makeup every day, and the skincare. So one of the things that I liked that she talked about was that it was that she varies the theme. And she called it Host a Strawberry Social. And so she focused on talking about the strawberry fizz and the strawberry protein shake. So I know they're going to do some fun stuff in June that you guys are going to really want to, you can have a theme around for how you invite somebody and what you call. I just know there's going to be fun stuff that you're going to want to do. So now here's an initial ask to host, and this is Lydia's. And I think this is a brilliant one. A lot of times when we ask our initial people to host for us, they are a friend, a family member, someone we know, and it's going to get you started. It's going to get you launched. It's going to get you really going. So they know you more and know a little bit more about who you are. You can go back to consultants that you've had in your group for a long time that maybe joined to build a business, but just have stayed to use the product, and you could ask them to host. I think Lydia's script is wonderful. I've given myself a challenge. And so my favor is to ask you, would you be willing to host a quick Facebook pop-up to help me? You'll get a gift from me plus the host rewards. I just create a Facebook group, add some friends, however many you want. I'll post 3 to 4 times, a 50-minute live video. We pick a day. I like how she tells them that what she's going for. I'm going for the second level of 4 in my online business, and getting close to promoting this month. So I could use your help. So I know that Lydia, how many from the original, you just sent out to a whole bunch of people that you knew, how many yeses did you get?
So I sent out 130 invites to start with. And from that 130, I got 39 people said yes, I would love to do that. From those yeses, 28 actually booked a day and a time. I got 15 no's straight back, and from one of those no's, I got a preferred client. See, a no's not really a no. She just didn't want to do the pop-up. 76 have seen my message, but you know, they're your friends, but act like they don't. And from the pop-ups that I've done already, I have booked 3 into June from those on top of the 8 that I already have out of those pop-ups that I've done. So yeah, so 130 invites, and that's not even your whole friends list. That was just a group of people that I'm friends with. And yeah, 39 said yes, but 28 actually booked in. And like I said, come this Friday, I will have done 20 of those 28.
Well, that is just fantastic. Awesome. So how many can you do in a night?
So the most I've done is 4. The asking and the doing of them, guys, is so fun. Like it really is fun. And once you start doing them, and the first few you're just terrible at, and you lipstick to your teeth because you're so nervous, and you just you fumble around a little bit, but then you get really comfortable doing them. The thing that I have not the hardest time, but I'm managing, is if you do 4 in a night, then that night and the next day you're following up, and it's the follow-up that is the hardest part, like for me, to get to know everybody and to say hi and answer their questions. And so yeah, so I've done 4 several times. They're fun. Like they really are just 15 minutes. And for me, I know that Holly had said allow half an hour in between, but I just went 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30, done. I have had a couple of day ones too, because some parents want to have it in the day with their mummy groups or their mummy friends rather than at night. So
that is so awesome. One of the questions that came up, Lydia, is do you voice text or send a written message?
Oh, written.
Okay, so
Yeah,
okay.
I just send them all a written thing, and I put funny emojis and all sorts of stuff.
If you
130 people
who don't know Lydia, she is a lot of fun. So her presentation, she follows Holly Marcello's script, but then she makes them Lydia, and she's just a lot of fun. So they have a lot of fun at her event. So any other questions for Lydia before we let her go to sleep? It's now 2:30 in the morning, Australia time. Any other questions for her? You can open up your and unmute yourself if you want to ask a live question. We're good? Well, I hope you guys that this is going to help you, and that these ideas and scripts and everything, I'll make sure that this gets, the scripts and everything will go inside of the Success Line support in the 15-minute party section. Thank you so much, Miss Lydia. You're just the queen, girl. Thank you so much for inspiring us all. And thanks everybody for joining me and popping on with me today. Hope you guys have a great one. And thanks so much. Have a wonderful day. Good night, Lydia.
Yeah, good night, good morning, good night.
Thanks so much. All right, everybody. See ya.
Thanks, Dina.
You betcha.
Yeah.